Nobody else is gonna tell me for Valentine's Day, so I might as well tell myself. It's Deanne and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am bringing you my most highly requested video, and before you guys come for me, I've seen that meme where it says literally no one and then every YouTuber ever, this is my most highly requested video. Don't come for me, please. This is my most highly requested video in my Instagram DMs. I thought that I wanted to create this video for people who just want to get started on YouTube, for people who have already started on YouTube and are struggling a bit. And yes, so I'm so excited to film this video. I've made a ton of notes. If you guys are new here, I would love you to be part of my little family by hitting the subscribe button down below, and also if you click the bell notification next to the subscribe button, then you'll be notified every time I post a video, which has been more consistent this year. So if you are not following me on social media, you should definitely be following me. I post regularly when I'm not on YouTube, and when you find me over on my socials, come say hey, you know, let's have a conversation. I always reply to comments, so if there's any specific questions you have in mind that I didn't answer in this video, leave them down below and I'll be sure to answer them or make a part 2 to this video. So let's get into the video. I get a lot of DMs on Instagram asking me, hey Deanne, do you mind making a video on how to start a YouTube channel, or how do I start a YouTube channel? And I know how overwhelming it can be. You know, you're stepping into a new venture but you don't particularly know where to start, what to do. I think I've covered most of the important things that I think are important when it comes to starting a YouTube channel. I'd like to think I'm quite successful. I have 900 subscribers now. When this video goes up, hopefully I'll have 900 subscribers. And with that being said, I just feel that I do have a lot of background knowledge. I know what works and what doesn't, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. So my first step for starting a YouTube channel is know why you want to start a YouTube channel. The reason I'm saying this is not because I want to deter anyone from starting a YouTube channel, but it's because I think you should have a focus in mind or a long-term goal. Most people start a YouTube channel thinking, oh, I'm just going to do this for fun, it's going to be so great and blah blah blah, and then their channel ends up dying because, you know, they didn't actually realize how much it takes to go into YouTube. When I say YouTube is a commitment, I mean YouTube is going to be your boyfriend or girlfriend. You need to give your bae attention, you need to be there for your bae, you need to treat it with all kinds of respect, and you just need to be consistent and be committed to YouTube. So it's definitely not easy. I would not recommend starting a channel for people who feel like they just, you know, they can't do things long term, because that's essentially what it is. It's not like other social media where if you disappear on Twitter for a few days, you know, you can come back and everything's fine. It hurts your channel when you kind of disappear. So just know why you want to start a YouTube channel in the first place. I started my YouTube channel as a portfolio for myself so that I could showcase that I create content both on my blog, which link in description, and on YouTube as well. So that's why I started a YouTube channel. The next step I have for starting a YouTube channel is do not, and I repeat, do not do YouTube if you are doing it for money or jobs. Now, am I saying you can't make money from YouTube? Absolutely not. You can get press drops, you can get money, however, it does come with a lot of hard work, and you probably won't see money as soon as your first few YouTube videos goes up. And the reason for this is because YouTube has now enforced I want to call it like a rule, that unless you have reached a certain watch time and 1,000 subscribers, you cannot monetize your videos, which essentially means there will be no ads running on your video and you can't make money from your videos. Now, with that being said, I just want to say I personally did make money from YouTube before. It is really nice. If you guys want a video on how I make money on YouTube or how I work with brands, that I'll leave for a separate video because it's a long video. But you can definitely make money from YouTube, but don't go into YouTube thinking that you can make money from it, because you will be really disappointed. And also, growth takes a while, guys, so don't go into YouTube chasing money, because that's not what YouTube is for. If you are passionate about making content and you know that you know have a great personality for the camera and people are going to love you, then definitely create a channel. Do it for that reason and because you love YouTube itself, rather than, oh, I'm gonna get money if I do this, because then people can kind of see through that as well, and essentially you won't succeed on YouTube and you won't get to work with brands and things like that. So yes. Also, with regards to making money on YouTube, it does require quite a following, and I'm not saying that it can't happen, but you know, it does take time. You do need to build your audience still on YouTube, and I'm gonna get into that in a second, but just don't go into YouTube chasing money or pre-starts. Another tip I have for starting a YouTube channel is, and this is probably my most important tip, is just start. So many times I get approached on Instagram and I have people saying, hey Deanne, I want to start a YouTube channel, but I'm so scared of what people are going to say to me. And my biggest advice is, the people you have now at high school, or the people you know, are not gonna matter in 5 or 10 years from now. I can guarantee that, because I've been there. I've spoken openly about bullying on my channel. Even when I was at varsity, I was still kind of not bullied in a sense, because I think people were more open-minded about YouTube when I came to varsity, but there were still people that had like a high school mentality, people that I went to high school with personally, that would kind of be like, hey, it's Deanne, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I think that it's so dumb now, because now I actually make money and I genuinely enjoy what I do on YouTube. So does the opinion matter now? It would have probably hurt me when I was younger, but now I just think it's kind of funny, because guess what, guys? Every time someone clicks your video because they want to make fun of you, that's a view for you, and it's a win in your book, because that's growth for your channel. So just start. Don't worry about what other people think of you. And you know, I know some parents are against their kids being on YouTube, and I think you should definitely talk to your parents if you are genuinely passionate about it. You know, teach them that you can create something from YouTube, and that's so important. So definitely have a talk with your parents if they are against you being on YouTube. My parents were kind of against it being on social media in general when I was younger, but now they've learned from it. I've grown and I genuinely enjoy doing it, and they can see I enjoy doing it, so they are more open to the idea. Cool. Next step is equipment. So many people ask me, hey Deanne, what camera are you using? I also want to use the same camera, and I just say, whoa, stop right there. I think it's so unnecessary when people feel that they have to go above and beyond just because they are starting out on YouTube. And the reason I'm saying that is not because I don't want you to be to have a similar quality content as my own, but it's because I genuinely know that you don't have to start right from the top and be the very best to start out on YouTube. This is because you can start with a basic smartphone. I believe that a smartphone camera is just as good as any other camera. If you have a smartphone, use your smartphone. You know, there's so many editing apps available on the Play Store and the App Store that can edit your videos so nicely. So some apps that I would recommend for editing on your phone is definitely iMovie if you have an iPhone. I know GoPro has a editing app. There's an app, my favorite app to use for editing videos is called Quick on the iStore. I think, I don't know if it's available on the Play Store, but Quick is so good for editing travel type videos without talking, because it's quick and it's very fast paced. I really love Quick. And yes, I know there's another one called Pocket Video. I don't really use that except for green screens and things like that, but other than that, yes, you can use your phone. When I personally started out on YouTube, I started out with a very small camera. It wasn't a small camera, but I remember the camera was a basic entry-level camera, just point, shoot and take it. I couldn't change lenses, nothing. I filmed with a Nikon L330 and I remember I still paid half of it. I used all my savings. Half of it I paid myself and I asked my dad if he could cover the other half, and then my dad said, you know what, he's going to buy me a tripod as well. So my dad played a very big role in me wanting to start YouTube, and I'm very grateful for my dad. So he basically bought me a tripod and a camera bag to keep everything safe, and from there I kind of just decided, you know, I was ready to move on to better quality content once I saw growth in my channel. Anyway, now I film with a Canon EOS200D and I use 18 to 55mm lens. Do you need this camera to start with? Absolutely not. I firmly believe that you can start with anything you have, you know, work with what you have and then work up from there, if that makes sense. Another tip that I have for YouTube is definitely to be careful what you post. And I say this because I feel like a lot of people take this for granted. You can decide at some point in life that maybe you want to add your YouTube to your CV, and I did this because I feel that my content showcases that I work in various fields like fashion, lifestyle and travel, but don't let that deter you. But also be very careful what you post on YouTube. I feel like people are so quick to hit the post button because they think that it will get a lot of views. It can get a lot of views, but also it can attract negative attention. Be careful if you decide, you know, that you're going to use your real name on YouTube, because then I think you run the risk of your employees and things finding you, watching your videos and being like, that's not the kind of brand we want to associate our company with. So just be careful what you post on YouTube. With that being said, there's also copyright claims and YouTube violations. So like I said, you have to be careful what you post on YouTube, because YouTube has a lot of rules. If they feel like you posted something that doesn't meet the community guidelines, they can pull your video from YouTube and they can hurt your channel. Also, using copyrighted music can also get you in trouble on YouTube, because you're not supposed to use music that's very popular, and if it's a popular song, you've heard it on the radio, 99.9% of your song being copyright striked, and your video can get muted or get deleted off YouTube. So with regards to copyright, I personally use HeroBoard, no copyright sounds. HeroBoard and no copyright sounds. They have great music, and some of them, okay, I do want to say this, some of the songs that I've used, people put content claims on my thing for it, so just be very careful. Read the comments first if you find a song that you like, because some people can add it to the YouTube library and then all of a sudden there's a content claim for their music. So just be very careful with that. I'm still working my way around that one as well. The biggest one, be consistent, or at least be willing to be consistent. So I feel that sometimes I get DMs, and I love supporting YouTubers, by the way. So if you have a YouTube channel, come over to my Instagram, tell me, hey, I have a YouTube channel, I would love for you to check me out. I will definitely do that. But then comes the problem with people send me the YouTube channel and then I'm like, hey, that's a great video, or I think, you know, your channel is really nice, and then I go to your description bar with a date and it was posted a year ago. Guys, you cannot have a successful YouTube channel if you're going to post one video and then you go missing, because people want to see content and that's why they subscribe to you. So just be very careful when you start YouTube. Like I said, YouTube is a commitment. I post once a week until I obviously see growth in my channel, then I will maybe move to twice a week, but once a week is good enough. You know, it starts somewhere. But don't disappear on YouTube, because once you disappear, people are gonna see that. You can't fool YouTube, guys. It literally says under your video how long ago your video was posted, and that's when people will see, oh, this person's not so invested. Do you think they're gonna click the subscribe button? No, they are not. Even if your content is mad good, unless you're willing to be consistent, that will not work for you. So just be consistent or be willing to. Another thing I want to say with regards to YouTube is that Rome was not built in a day. Basically what this means is that YouTube takes time, guys. I know what it's like when you're sitting on 200 subscribers, 100 subscribers, 50 subscribers. YouTube has grown a lot, especially in South African community. I was fortunate enough to start my YouTube channel around the time when YouTube South Africa was still relatively new, so that's where most of my following came from. And I was also once shouted out by a very big channel. I don't think the channel still exists anymore. Like, this is another problem I have. So with regards to Rome wasn't built in a day, when you feel despondent or that you're not seeing growth, do not do sub for sub. And the reason I say this with all my heart and soul, oh, I hate getting those Instagram DMs that's like, hey, sub for sub, sub for sub, sub for sub, sub for sub. Let me explain something to you guys. Sub for sub hurts your channel more than it grows your channel. And I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking like, no, Deanne, I've done sub for sub, I've seen growth. Yes, you've seen a growth in your subscribers, but have you seen a growth in your view count? So how I think about this is that I can subscribe to your channel, you know, just for, you know, because you asked me sub for sub. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to interact with your channel. I'm not going to like your videos. I'm not going to watch your videos. You're just going to sit there in my subscription box. Now, the reason I don't like sub for sub is because firstly, it becomes quite annoying when everyone is DMing you sub for sub on Instagram or whatever. And also, it's not a growth tool. It's not a way to grow on Instagram. I so much more appreciate it when someone messages me on Instagram and says, hey Deanne, I would love for you to check out my channel, let me know what you think. That is so much more sincere than, hey, sub for sub, because you're probably sending that to 20 other people, and that for me it just doesn't sit well with me. So don't do sub for sub. It's going to hurt your channel. You are not going to grow from sub for sub. Also, with that being said, your subscriber count is not as important as your watch time and your views. Because people, you need to know that people are firstly watching your content, and you need to know that you are getting views on your videos. Focus more on the views that you are getting on your videos than the subscribers that you have. Subscribers don't matter, because I can personally speak from experience. When I was shouted out by the big channel and I did receive a jump in my growth, I was still getting like 100 views, 200 views, and it just went to show that not all of my audience was engaging with my content. So I decided, you know, I'm not going to do shout out sub for sub. I once was like, hey, anyone want to do sub for sub in the comments when I was very young and very naive. Don't do that. Learn from my mistake. And honestly, if you find a YouTuber that you genuinely like, go over to the Instagram, say, hey, I would love for you to check out my channel. It's so much more sincere than sub for sub. I feel like I just went on a rant about sub for sub. Ooh, it gets under my skin. You guys' descriptions. So when you guys upload a video, there's a little tab called descriptions. And can someone please tell me why, whenever I watch someone's YouTube video, do you leave that blank? It hurts my soul so much, especially when you guys are creating killer content and there's nothing in your description. So say someone creates a travel diary, like a travel diary of South Africa. I watch it, I'm like, wow, this person is like really good. I want to go find them on Instagram, but there's nothing in the video. I go to your description, it's the first place people go to, and there's nothing in your description. Guys, your description is for leaving exactly that, a description of where to find you. Frequently asked questions. Who are you? You know, like, yes, there's an about section on your channel, but I guarantee you, like, people aren't gonna read that. People want to go to your descriptions, find you easily, a link to something, and that is great because, you know, it's easy to find you. Also, guys, if brands want to contact you to work with you and you leave your description empty, they can't contact you. I always leave in my descriptions, and you guys can check my description down below. I always leave my email if brands want to collaborate with me. I am PR friendly. I always leave my what else do I leave? I leave what kind of music I use, frequently asked questions. I leave my about when I post, everything you need to know about me. Everything and anything is in my descriptions. My social media links are also in the description because people want to click and not physically search, you know. So that's how everything needs to be in your description. Don't leave your description empty. Another thing I've noticed is that some people tend to shy away from working with other YouTubers, and I don't know why, because working with other YouTubers is definitely a way for growth, not sub for sub. I remember the first YouTuber I collabed with was Nadia, and she was honestly so amazing. We would comment back and forth on each other's videos, and one day she commented on a video that I posted and I said, hey, we should collab sometime. She was like, message me over on Instagram. We messaged, we collabed, and that did the thing. So I'm not saying you should rely on someone else's channel for growth, but you know, you can collab with other YouTubers. Reach out to people, because 9 times out of 10 they also want to grow. Now, I'm not saying go to someone with 1 million subscribers and say, hey, do you want to collab? Because there is a chance that they're going to be like, no, if you have 2 subscribers. Collab with someone within your range. You know, if someone has 100 subscribers and they are also struggling, reach out to them and say, hey, would you like to collab? And then I can guarantee you, even if they are at 100 subscribers, those 2 subscribers that you have could definitely benefit from you know, coming to the channel, because you're introducing people to new people, new content, and that's essentially what YouTube is about. It's a community. We grow together, we work together. Don't be shy to ask people, hey, would you like to collab? My DMs are currently open for collabs at the moment. I am doing collabs this year, so if you want to collab with me, so the last thing I'm going to talk about is sharing your content. Guys, if you upload a YouTube video and you leave it there, you can't ask me, Deanne, why am I not getting any views? Because you left it on YouTube, and essentially that is where it will stay. So yes, using tags is a way of getting your content kind of noticed, but unless you start sharing it yourself. So I'm gonna quickly mention 3 of the things that I use. So besides social media, I use something called TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy basically allows me to tag my videos with other people's tags that are more popular, or help me find popular tags. TubeBuddy, and also tracks my growth in a sense. And another thing that I use is vidIQ. So vidIQ gives me stats on my videos, shows me what is working and what doesn't. You guys should definitely check this out. I think I will leave it in the description if I can find it. And then it is a plugin, by the way, so you have to add it to your browser. Besides that, sharing on social media, I find that Twitter, my favorite hashtags to use are YouTube ZA and Girl Talk ZA, especially if you are a girl. Females love supporting other females, like come on guys. Instagram, definitely. My favorite pages, my favorite support pages to support are definitely, I'll tell you guys in a second. So my favorite pages to support on South African YouTubers are YouTube ZA_digitals. I'll leave it on the screen. And oh yes, so there's a page called South African YouTubers with 2 S's. They're also really good at supporting. They are very like, they like to share other people's, not only share other people's content, but they like to interact. So they have questions and answers, which I really love. So South African YouTubers, 2 S's, and YouTube ZA Digitals, definitely my favorite 2 pages. Tag them in your post, but also you have to be active on their page. So you can't just, okay, I'm gonna tag them and then I'm gonna post the video. You have to, you know, support other YouTubers as well, liking their content, commenting on the things, subscribing to other YouTubers as well. You know, YouTube is, like I said, it's a community. You have to grow with each other, otherwise you won't see growth. And I think that's all I'm going to cover for today. So if you guys want that video on how I make money on YouTube, I'll definitely leave that for another day, because this video is so long already and I know I have to cut it. But those are all my tips and tricks, what I'd like to think for starting a YouTube channel, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you give this video a big thumbs up if it helped you, And if you have any further questions, leave them down in the comments. You guys know I really love you, and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.